Hi, my name's Audrey Mogannam, and this is my passion project. The introduction or overview of my passion project. With the fires occurring all over Napa in North California, along with the crazy weather patterns, it's becoming more apparent that our environment is clearly suffering from the impacts of global warming. My mentality going into my passion project was that small changes on a larger scale from a lot of people can create a big impact. And my long-term goal is to help the environment through the education of simple lifestyle solutions, and if listened to, it can make drastic and holistic changes to the environment. I want to do this by suggesting small lifestyle substitutions that are eco-friendly and tuned to be a little more sustainable, and I want to execute this by sharing this information through a blog-style informative website. My passion project empathizes with the innocent animals who have to face the consequences of human anthropogenic impacts on the environment. I want to also empathize with the words of environmental activists that are being ignored because people choose to deny global warming and the needs of our environment. Our environment constantly provides for us. It is only right that we care and appreciate the world that we live in. My core hours consisted of volunteering at a hospital, and the lesson that I learned from this is that any form of help, whether it be leading to big or small results, helps in any way. Small, meaningful actions can go a long way. And my second core hours was a small beach cleanups along the coast, and the lesson I learned from core hours doing beach cleanups is that litter travels. On the street, someone might throw away a water bottle and miss a trash can and maybe think nothing of it. But potentially this piece of trash could travel in and find its way into the ocean. This taught me that every action has consequences, whether you choose to acknowledge them or not. My passion project and its relation to my core hours. So my core hours taught me vital lessons that I took with me going forward into my passion project. My core hours taught me that change is possible, and change, no matter big or small, matters. Also, another lesson I learned is that every action has consequences. For example, the littering. Littering has consequences whether people choose to acknowledge it or not. The NDB hallmark that my passion project falls under is Hallmark 3. We act on behalf of justice and peace in the world. Through my passion project, I'm working on restoring peace with Mother Nature and restoring her health. I think it's especially important to focus on the health of our environment, especially when climate change is hitting us the hardest currently. My reflection question, overarching guiding question throughout my passion project was, how can I contribute as a global citizen in improving the health of our environment? And my second guiding question was, how would I educate my audience about how to aid the environment? My call to action was that I saw that there were many misconceptions about how and what ways there are to help the environment. Many are under the impression that it's a long and lengthy process, and while that is true, there are ways and simple solutions that can be executed to help the environment holistically in an easy fashion that can be done at home. Also, some people are not completely educated about the impact of their diet on the environment. And lastly, my call to action was the desire to educate people about how many and countless easy, simple substitutions there are that can be made to aid the environment holistically that many are unaware of. Some issues that I identified before going into my passion project was there was simply just not enough change occurring to aid the environment. This change was not quick enough, and people have many misconceptions about how to save the environment. People are unaware of the impact of their diet has on the environment. For example, a quarter-pound beef patty takes 150 gallons of water. And to the left, I made an infographic or a visual for my audience to interpret and understand visually how much water goes into the production of meat. And 75% of all plastic waste is not recycled properly. 100 billion plastic bags are used and dumped per year. And lastly, people don't have time to research. They're in need of quick, easy, daily substitutions that can lead to big change over time. For my goals and solutions, I want to present a compilation of quick, easy daily substitutions that are more eco-friendly and sustainable, with the mentality that many small changes will lead to big positive results. Secondly, I acknowledge that people are busy, and with that information, I would like to educate people with concise and well put together information. And my solution to these goals are to create a website that presents the problem, then present easy at-home solutions to the issue. For example, using Ecosia instead of Google. For every 10 searches, Ecosia vows to plant 1 tree.
My adult supervisor for my passion project was Miss Diroff. Being our school environmental science teacher, she's passionate about the environment and coexisting with Mother Nature, and I thought she would be the perfect supervisor for me.
And this is the final product of my website. This is the informative blog style website that I created. Here's the homepage, here's the table of contents, a bit about me and contact information. And in the next tab over is Care for Your Planet. And this is more of the informative part of the website where I talk about the purpose of the website, my goal, 5 astounding facts that an audience might not know, the problem, and the solution. And the solution consists of 9 simple everyday substitutions, lifestyle substitutions that can help the environment holistically. And then under that, I have links to places that you can donate on top of these simple lifestyle substitutions. Next, I have my writing section, and I wrote 2 articles, and the first is on how GMOs affect the environment and the human body and what's the plan for GMOs in the future. And my second article is on how food substitutes can affect the environment holistically. For example, eating a veggie burger versus a meat patty and how that differs in affecting the environment. And then I have my innovation section where I created a rough design of a water filtration and rain harvesting system. And then lastly, I have a photo gallery. This was my timeline and plan of action for my passion project. October was more about research and drafting ideas. November, I started to begin creating the website and a little bit of the editing process. I also drafted my website articles there, and then in December, it was the final editing process where I finalized all the articles, and in January, I created the filtration system idea, and then in February, I finalized that idea, and then in March, I finalized the website as a whole, the photos, the contact information, etc. And then I checked in with Ms. Diroff to get final feedback, and I published the website by the end of March. Going into my passion project, I had a few goals that I wanted to accomplish. So my first goal was to get a total of 50 views on my website, to finish my project on time, complete all components, and check in with Ms. Diroff along the way. And my last goal was to help people understand how to improve their personal sustainability, and I fortunately achieved all of them. Thank you for listening and learning about my passion project. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you check out my website and learn for yourself a few simple daily substitutions that can help the environment holistically. Thank you once again for listening.